Welcome to Truth Report. I'm Alex Truth.
And I'm Maya Clarity. Tonight, we investigate a silent revolution unfolding at the very frontiers of human knowledge, a shift so profound it could redefine how we understand reality itself.
We're talking about artificial intelligence, not just as a tool, but as an emerging arbiter of truth, quietly deciding what truly matters in the pursuit of fundamental discoveries.
From the deepest reaches of space to the subatomic world, algorithms are increasingly being tasked with distinguishing signal from noise, the significant from the mundane. But what happens when the machine decides what is significant?
Today, we delve into the implications of letting machines define the very essence of discovery, posing a critical question: are we inadvertently ceding our agency in the quest for truth to automated systems?
A chilling prospect, Alex, and one we expose tonight on Truth Report.
Our first story takes us to the cutting edge of physics, to a place where the universe's most fundamental secrets are sought, the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC, located at CERN.
Here, scientists smash particles together at nearly the speed of light, generating unimaginable quantities of data. For decades, human ingenuity and sophisticated filters have been the primary arbiters of what constitutes a potential breakthrough.
But a new player has entered the arena, as reported by IEEE Spectrum, artificial intelligence, specifically unsupervised learning algorithms, now sifting through the debris of billions upon billions of particle collisions.
The promise is enticing. AI could identify patterns or anomalies that human-programmed filters, perhaps biased by existing theories, might completely overlook, potentially unlocking new physics.
Indeed, the sheer volume of data generated by the LHC is staggering. In the time it takes you to read just a few sentences, billions of particles have collided, producing terabytes of raw information. It's an ocean of data where even the most dedicated human teams could easily drown.
Traditional methods rely on physicists pre-programming algorithms to look for specific signatures of known particles or predicted phenomena. This approach is highly effective for confirming existing theories, but it inherently limits the scope of discovery.
As IEEE Spectrum highlights, this is where unsupervised AI enters the picture. These algorithms aren't told what to look for. Instead, they analyze the raw data to identify anomalies, events that don't conform to expected patterns. The hope is these anomalies could signal entirely new particles or interactions.
But here's the critical dilemma: what if these anomalies are merely statistical quirks, or reflections of subtle biases in the AI's training data? The article raises a profound concern about what it calls no-new physics AI.
This refers to a scenario where the AI, despite its advanced capabilities, ends up learning primarily what we already know. It becomes incredibly efficient at reconfirming existing models, or finding variations within established parameters, rather than truly breaking new ground.
The risk, Alex, is that an AI trained on existing physics might, by its very design, struggle to identify truly novel physics that deviates significantly from its learned baseline. It could dismiss radical discoveries as mere noise, because they don't fit its algorithmic understanding of normal.
Consider the implications. If the AI is trained on data reflecting the standard model of particle physics, its anomalies might only ever be slight deviations from that model, never a complete paradigm shift. It's like asking a search engine to find something it hasn't been indexed for.
This isn't just about efficiency, it's about epistemology, how we gain knowledge. Are we outsourcing the very definition of interesting or significant to a black box algorithm that we don't fully understand?
The article explicitly questions whether AI should be left to decide what matters in scientific discovery. This is a crucial point. If humans are no longer making those fundamental judgments, what does it mean for the scientific process itself?
Moreover, there's the challenge of interpretability. When an AI flags an anomaly, how do human scientists truly understand why it's anomalous? The algorithms often operate as opaque systems, making it difficult to trace their reasoning, which is fundamental to scientific validation.
This lack of interpretability can undermine trust and slow down the validation process. A human scientist might present a hypothesis and explain their reasoning. An AI simply presents a result, demanding scientists spend invaluable time reverse engineering its logic.
So, while AI promises to accelerate discovery by processing vast datasets, there's a serious risk that it could inadvertently narrow the scope of human inquiry, leading us down algorithmic rabbit holes instead of opening truly new frontiers.
Now, let's look at who benefits and who potentially loses in this shift towards machine-led scientific discovery. On the surface, the benefits seem clear: incredible efficiency in data processing.
Indeed, institutions like CERN benefit from the ability to manage and analyze petabytes of data that would be impossible for human teams alone. This accelerates the pace of certain types of research, potentially leading to faster insights within established frameworks.
But who loses? Potentially, the human element of serendipity, that unique flash of intuition, The aha moment that often comes from a human mind connecting disparate pieces of information in an unexpected way, something an algorithm, by design, might never achieve.
Scientists themselves could lose a degree of agency. If the AI is increasingly dictating what lines of inquiry are promising, researchers might find their work guided by algorithmic outputs rather than their own curiosity or dissenting theories.
Furthermore, the companies and research groups that develop and own these sophisticated AI algorithms stand to gain immense influence. They essentially become gatekeepers to the methodologies of fundamental discovery.
This concentration of algorithmic power could steer scientific agendas towards approaches favored by specific AI models, potentially creating a monoculture of research that stifles diverse perspectives and alternative hypotheses.
The public, ultimately, loses if the pursuit of knowledge becomes constrained by algorithmic efficiency over true human ingenuity. We risk a future where scientific breakthroughs are predictable rather than revolutionary, guided by existing data rather than radical new thinking.
This isn't just a concern for particle physics. The shift towards AI-driven discovery impacts virtually every scientific field, from drug development and materials science to climate modeling and astronomical research.
The power to define what constitutes truth or significance is quietly shifting. It's moving from human consensus, peer review, and the often messy, intuitive process of scientific inquiry, to the outputs of increasingly opaque proprietary algorithms.
Governments and large tech corporations heavily fund these AI initiatives, effectively shaping the future of knowledge itself. Whoever controls the algorithms that define discovery holds immense sway over future technological and societal directions.
We are witnessing a profound recalibration of power, where fundamental questions about the nature of reality are increasingly mediated, and potentially dictated, by artificial intelligence.
This brings us to the core synthesis of our report tonight. The story from the Large Hadron Collider, while specific to physics, exposes a pervasive and worrying pattern emerging across all sectors, the silent erosion of human agency in defining truth and significance.
The common thread is clear: AI is becoming an invisible hand, subtly guiding our perception of what is important, what is novel, and ultimately, what is real. This isn't just about data analysis, it's about the very foundations of human understanding.
We are treading a dangerous path where algorithms are not just tools, but increasingly the arbiters of what constitutes valuable knowledge. This extends far beyond scientific discovery to how we consume information, how decisions are made in finance, and even how legal judgments are sometimes influenced.
The risk is creating an algorithmic comfort zone, where AI, by its nature, reinforces existing paradigms and struggles to recognize truly radical, paradigm-shifting discoveries. It optimizes for what it already knows, preventing us from seeing what we don't.
This isn't solely about scientific data, it's about societal data, economic data, political data. When AI decides what anomalies are worth investigating in these areas, who benefits from the chosen focus, and who suffers from what gets overlooked?
The ultimate question remains: are we creating a future where machines decide what truly matters, what is truth, and humanity merely follows the algorithmic breadcrumbs, losing its own capacity for independent, critical inquiry?
The implications are staggering, demanding our immediate and critical attention. We must ask ourselves if we are comfortable ceding such fundamental intellectual authority.
We urge you to critically examine the role of AI in all aspects of your life, especially in domains that determine fundamental knowledge and societal direction. Demand transparency and accountability from those developing and deploying these powerful algorithms.
The future of human discovery, our capacity for true innovation, and ultimately, our collective understanding of the world, depends on our vigilance and our willingness to question.
From Truth Report, I'm Alex Truth.
And I'm Maya Clarity. We'll see you next time.